The lack of adequate housing has been a consistent problem in rural Alaska, and the COVID-19 pandemic has made living there even more difficult. Alaska Public Media's Erin McKinstry reports from the city of Shaktoolik.
Outside, a winter storm whips through the northwest Alaska village of Shaktoolik. Inside, Sophia Ketcheteg unwinds after a long day at work. The smell of moose soup fills her small home, which she shares with her husband and their 4 kids.
So this is our hallway. This is our room where we share with the 2 younger ones.
Living in such a tight space has been especially difficult during the pandemic, when they've had to stay home during outbreaks. The Ketchetegs meet the federal definition of overcrowding. The 6 of them share just 2 bedrooms. Their teenage daughter wants her own room, but expanding isn't financially feasible. Statewide, Alaskans are twice as likely to live in an overcrowded household than the national average. Rates are highest in small, rural communities like Shaktoolik, where around 60% of residents live in overcrowded conditions. An estimated 400 new homes are needed to meet the need in the region.
And that has to be heated.
Eugene Asiksik is a commissioner for the Bering Straits Regional Housing Authority.
We have multiple families living in houses. I think that adds to the social problems.
Part of the problem is Shaktoolik's geography. The few vacant homes need work because of the harsh climate and substandard construction. And because the town is only accessible by barge or bush plane, high construction costs keep people from building more or renovating.
Everything has to be ordered, One sheet of plywood costs you over $100.
Financing is difficult too, since most of the land is owned by the village corporation instead of homeowners, and bank loans are often inaccessible. Climate change is also eroding buildable land and slowing down economic activities like crab fishing, which used to provide more jobs in the village.
Yeah.
The region's federally funded tribal housing authority is responsible for the bulk of the town's residential construction. They haven't built here in more than a decade, but thanks in part to federal COVID relief funding, Shaktoolik is getting 4 new modular houses, which are pre-built and then transported to their final destination. That's welcome news for City Clerk Isabel Jackson. Right now, back at home, she shares a hallway with 2 of her kids.
Good afternoon, Shaktoolik.
But after almost 10 years of waiting, she's getting a home of her own. She'll pay an income-based rent for 25 years and then own it outright. It's a huge relief.
I started crying. I got quiet. Tears rolled down my eyes, and just for, happiness.
Like many other residents, she'd thought about leaving because finding housing is so difficult here. But the subsistence lifestyle and the tight-knit community have kept her.
Home is home for me.
Jackson's future home and 3 others are sitting in Nome's shipyard until the barge can access Shaktoolik in the spring.
There's 4 right here.
The Bering Straits Regional Housing Authority is also bringing 3 more homes to the region, funded in part by the American Rescue Plan and the CARES Act. Still, it's only a small dent in the problem, says CEO and President Jolene Lyon.
We don't have the funding. That makes it very difficult and frustrating sometimes when you know that the need is greater than that.
For now, Lyon says, they'll tackle the problem 1 home at a time.
Okay.
For the PBS NewsHour, I'm Erin McKinstry in Shaktoolik, Alaska.
And thank you for that look at what is going on in rural Alaska.